This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 328 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show. Pressure-proof the holidays. Please support our sponsors as they make this show possible.
Our terrific sponsors this week are EasySignsOnline.com, Mill Creek Spreaders, and RidingWarehouse.com.
Welcome to the Stable Scoop, with weekly shows delivered right to you. With Helena and Glenn the Geek, live from the stable, it's every week. They'll bring you the news through hail or high water, while using their tails as their own fly swatters. So sit on down and laugh till you poop, cause it's time again for Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop. The Stable Scoop. Stable Scoop.
I'm Glenn the Geek.
And I am Helena B., and you're listening to my favorite show on the Horse Radio Network, the Stable Scoop Radio Show.
I'm glad to hear your own show's your favorite. That would be weird if it wasn't.
Well, it used to be Horse Tip Daily, which I still love. But, you know,
But we've been doing better now as we've been stepping up.
I'm getting reacquainted with my first love, Stable Scoop, and the affair has been rekindled.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, we have a fun show planned for you today. We have Auditor Celeste Coulter coming on with us. She's one of our terrific auditors, and she's doing a book review for us, The Pressure Proof Your Riding with Daniel Stewart. And then we have Viola coming back to us from Aspire Equestrian from Reading, England. We're revisiting one of our past guests, and I mean really past. And then we're going to take a look at some custom products you can get for the holidays for our Tack and Habits segment, brought to you by Riding Warehouse. So all of that is coming up. But first, we have to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
We hope you enjoy your holiday. I am frying a turkey again this year. A couple of years, I've been frying turkeys for years, but I've always had one of those big pot things that has the open flame thing, from the hooks to the gas tank, and has the open flame things, and it's a big pot, and then you put it outside. Well, the one here we were at Jennifer's brother. This wasn't funny, but it was funny now because we didn't.
But
burn
we're
going to
laugh about it.
Yeah, exactly. So we had this thing, and the oil was gone, and we had the turkey in and everything. Well, they have this big long thermometer that you stick in to make sure your oil doesn't get too hot. Well, I went outside. It had been in, and it only takes an hour to fry a turkey. And I went out after about 20 minutes, and I went, wow, this thing's smoking a lot. And I checked the thermometer, and it was fine. It was like 350 degrees, which is what you want. Oh, and I went, something is still wrong here because and I pulled the turkey up, and it was like turning black. And I realized that the thermometer hadn't been stuck into the oil. It had actually gotten stuck into the turkey breast. So it wasn't measuring the temperature of the oil. It was measuring the temperature of the turkey.
The turkey.
So
oh my God.
When I took it out and actually, first of all, I think it turned the flame off, right? And I put the thermometer actually into the oil. It was at 500 degrees. The flash point for the oil is 520. What
happens when it hits its flash point?
It catches fire. It erupts in fire.
Oh, yeah.
The whole oil just starts to burn. And we would have had burnt the house down. I mean, we were doing it outside in the garage, at the very edge of the garage. But still, these flames, I've seen when that happens, and it bubbles over, and then everything goes. You can watch YouTube videos of this happening, and it would have just burnt the house down. So thank God I had noticed it when I did and noticed there was a little too much smoke. So I've solved that problem now, and I've got one of the Butterball indoor turkey fryers, and it regulates the temperature for you. Everything's automatic. We still don't do it inside. We still do it in the garage, but you could actually do it in your house, and it's made for frying other things, not just turkey. A 12 to 14-pound turkey will fit in it, but you can do chickens, you can do French fries. I mean, anything you would fry, fried chicken. You can do in this fryer. So, and it's safe. It's made to be done inside, and it's much safer than the other way I was doing it. So I feel better now that I'm still frying my turkeys and not trying to burn the house down. And so do my brothers, by the way. Because it's their houses. So
Like, yeah, you always do it in someone else's house.
yes, but there's nothing better than fried turkey. Oh, it's just so good and
I know. I've had fried
juicy.
turkey to a few holidays, and yeah, man, is it good. Oh, man.
And I
is
use this Cajun garlic and herb seasoning that we squirt in the turkey and then put on the outside. So, and a crispy skin. Oh, it's nothing better than crispy skin.
I know.
Are we making
Why are you
everybody
doing
hungry
this
for
to me?
turkey?
My mouth is literally watering.
It's coming up. It's only a day away, people. You're going to be fine. So you'll make it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Got the turkey and ready to go. Ready to cook. But we have a show to do first. So let's just get right to it. What do you think?
Okay.
Let's hear about, let's go from turkey to poop. Let's hear about Mill Creek spreaders for the finest manure spreaders on the market today. If you want one that's never, ever going to rust, then Mill Creek spreaders are the ones for you. And let's hear about that. And we're coming back with Auditor Celeste Coulter with a book review. They've made the best even better. Mill Creek Manufacturing is now the first and only company to make stainless steel compact manure spreaders. What does that mean for you? A worry-free solution to your manure management for years to come. Often if a body on a spreader rusts, it's time for a new one, and we've had that happen. We certainly had some old spreaders that rusted out. Mill Creek stainless steel spreaders are guaranteed not to rust through for life. These are the only compact manure spreaders you'll find anywhere with a warranty like that. There's also a 3-year warranty on the mechanics and structure. Put this together with Mill Creek's exclusive low-maintenance sealed bearings, and you've got a machine that you can count on to perform day in and day out with no headaches for you. The stainless steel option is available on 6 of Mill Creek's models, from the popular 27, suitable for up to 4 horses, to the Big Daddy 127 for over 20 horses. 2 of the models can be ordered with either ground or PTO drive. Like all Mill Creek spreaders, stainless steel spreaders have the lowest sides in the industry for easy manure loading. You can't go wrong with any Mill Creek manure spreader, but the new stainless steel models are truly something special. You've never seen anything like them before. Mill Creek has been in business for almost 30 years, and they've continuously improved their designs with horse owners in mind. Horse owners like you and I who appreciate the best quality, best engineered machines on the market. When you call Mill Creek, you'll reach them at their own factory in Pennsylvania. That's right, not in India, but in Pennsylvania, because they're all made in the USA. Give them a call today at 800-311-1323 or visit their website at millcreekspreaders.com. That's millcreekspreaders.com. Well, we have Auditor Celeste Coulter coming on with us now to do a book review. As you know from past episodes, the auditors have the first opportunity to get the books that we get in for review and to give us really a listener review of all the new books coming out. And Celeste, I want to thank you first of all for doing our first auditor roundtable. You and Robin and Doreen did it, and we appreciate the 3 of you getting together and doing that for us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like making some new horsey friends.
Yeah, and you guys did a great job, and it really was just listening to you guys talk about horses and life and everything that went along with it. If people want to listen to that, it's on the Stable Scoop feed. You can find it on the app, on the Stable. Just go to Stable Scoop, and you'll see it in there. Or it's on the Stable Scoop website. Both places is where you'll find the first Auditor Roundtable. It was a lot of fun. So thank you for doing that. Well, Celeste, Pressure Proof Your Riding by one of our friends, Daniel Stewart's been on the show here many times. Helena's been to his clinics.
Yeah, I've hosted his clinics. I've been to his clinics. I have his books.
So what did you think? Now, remind everybody, are you a competition rider? Are you a casual rider? Remind everybody of that.
So I'm an amateur competition rider. I do 3-day eventing at pretty much the lower levels right now, just with some of my personal horses. But I do like to get out there and show for sure when I can have the extra money.
Has fear or pressure ever been a problem for you?
I think anyone who's ever competed has had a nervous or pressure moment that they've had to deal with. So I definitely, dressage makes me super nervous.
That's cute.
I can go out and I can run cross country and I can jump big jumps in stadiums, but going in dressage is horrible because I know everyone's watching me and a judge is actually sitting there critiquing me the whole time. And I get nervous and then I make my horse upset and then my horse gets strong and then I get more upset. So it's definitely the reason that I had offered to do the pressure proof your riding, because I hope that if nothing else, it could at least help me personally with dealing with some of that.
You know, you can get away with little things in cross country that nobody's going to see because you're out there pretty much, you know, at the lower levels, you're out there by yourself. It's not like Rolex where there's a ton of people out there watching you. So you can get away with little things. And you're right, dressage, it's like every little thing's being critiqued.
Yep,
well,
in the score.
Before you get into your review, you know, there are 5 types of fear. 1 is terror. 2 is panic. 3 is 14 missed calls from mom. 4 is username or password is incorrect. I hate that one. And 5 is we need to talk. Those are the 5 main types of fear. Now,
we need to talk. Oh my God, that one, that cold sweat.
Yes, it is. Those words, we need to talk, are like the 4 worst words in the human language. Now, I don't know if Daniel covered the last 3 on here. I think he covered terror and panic, but I'm not sure he covered the we need to talk.
Well, terror and panic definitely envelope we need to talk.
So, all right, let's hear your review of the book, Pressure Proof Your Riding.
Oh my goodness. Well, I liked it a lot. I felt like the layout of the book was, in my opinion, almost like a little bit of a textbook, which I guess makes sense because it's sports psychology. So it's going over the psychology of what's happening with you as you're having those pressure moments that you're trying to deal with. So I felt like it was laid out a little bit like a textbook, and maybe it's just from having gone through school and everything, but I liked it that way because it made it really easy to follow. Like it would introduce a particular topic, and it would kind of review, like, here are the different symptoms of it, and these are usually the times that it can pop up and that you're going to have to be aware that you're going to have to fight them. And then it would move from the symptoms to ways to help combat letting it overtake your ride. And then it would have this really nice review at the end of each chapter where it was almost like a little bit of a question and answer test where you can say, like, oh, well, I do have problems with that, so check yes. And I don't have problems with that, check no. And it would kind of give you a scoring system that it would say, like, you know, you're really good in this one area, so you probably actually don't need to work on this much. But then maybe the next chapter, you go through the review at the end, and it's like, this is something that you struggle a lot more with. Maybe this is a chapter you want to go back and kind of earmark so that it's something you can remember to start using those different tools to help fight the nerves as they come up. So I thought it was laid out in a really easy to follow manner. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's sort of hard unless we're going to do an hour-long review, which we're not, to go into each thing. But I felt like he went over all of the highlights, and then as each chapter breaks down, he kind of calls up the different things that some of us do, like just. Especially, I think for me, a lot of it was like the defense mechanism. I think I do that one a lot where it's essentially saying things like making excuses for yourself. Like you tell your friend or you tell your trainer, like, well, he's had a really bad morning, so if we don't have a good ride, that's why. It's like you shouldn't make excuses for yourself because otherwise it's giving you a reason not to do well. So just stuff like that, things that we don't necessarily even realize we're doing to try and maybe cope with it so that we either don't feel quite so much pressure or so that we don't feel quite so negative about it if we do have a bad ride. And those are the kind of things he's just trying to call your attention to so that it's something that you can learn to either avoid doing in the future or maybe change it a little so that you're going into it with a more positive perspective. And as you kind of mentally coach yourself into thinking, like, I'm going to have a good dressage test. I'm not going to pick up the wrong lead or whatever. Then, as you start to tell yourself that more often, you actually start to believe it and you follow it more in the long run. So I really thought it was a good help, and I'll definitely keep it on my shelf.
Yeah, it becomes these little the tips that he gives you are easily digestible, so that they do become part of your first reaction to any situation. Because like you said, like
Yeah.
your defense mechanisms are so quick and they're so ingrained in you, it's hard to change them. So what the tips he puts in the books are like, you can easily make them a part of your first response. Takes a little practice, but it definitely is doable.
Yeah, and sometimes I think a lot of us probably avoid doing some of this stuff naturally just because we feel silly doing it. Like some of the stuff he's like telling you to come up with acronyms that you can kind of repeat to yourself. And he's not saying you have to ride around the ring saying an acronym out loud like counting strides. He's just saying something that you can make, you know, like you said, easily break it down, digest it, and just say it to yourself in your head as you're riding to help keep yourself in that good mental state so that you don't get to the point of nerves or what have you that's going to translate to your horse, and then your horse is going to react to it. Because I know that that's a big part of my problem in dressage. It's why dressage makes me so nervous, is because I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, it's one thing for my horse goes with me on cross country. I can get him back under wraps between, you know, jump 8 and jump 9, but dressage is like all of those moves come up so quick, one right after another. And
when your horse bolts in dressage, it's
so
never
hard
good
to gain it back.
Yeah.
No, usually they end up taking out the ring
or jumps the chain. I've had that happen.
That's never good when they leave the ring. Now, if there's one thing, we don't have a lot of time left, but if there's one thing that really hit you over the head that relate directly to you, what would it have been? Was there one thing that really jumped out at you, like he took a hammer and hit you on the head?
Probably in the third chapter he talked about there's no wrong way to do the right thing. Like that's how he started the third chapter, and it was about positive mental traits. And I think that was big to me because it's like, well, I thought it was going to be some like ingredient for this is exactly how you do it right. Like this is how you do it wrong. This is how you do it right. Very black and white, but it's not at all. It's like everybody has to. You know, we all learn different ways, we all absorb different ways, and we all have different issues that we work through either for ourselves or our horses or together as a team. And so that to me was like, you know, there is no set formula to fix it, but you can take a little bit of this and a little bit of that from each chapter or different techniques that he talks about, and whatever works best for you, you put it together as your personal plan. So I thought that was probably the biggest thing that stepped out to me was just that if I wanted to change things, I just needed to pick and choose what was going to work best for us, and then that would become my personal formula. But it's very succinct to just me and my horse, and it might even change from me and that horse to me and another horse, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you could take it with you. It's assumable.
Yeah.
Well, this is Pressure Proof Your Riding by Daniel Stewart. 2 last questions. Would it make a good Christmas gift, or are you insulting somebody giving it to them?
No, I think it would make a good Christmas gift. I think if somebody gets insulted, then they have a bigger issue. Because I think we all know that we have things
they need a different book.
I think we all know we have things we could work on. Yeah. I think it would be a really good gift, and I don't think it's really outside of anybody's price range. So it's definitely one I'll keep on the shelf forever now that I have it.
And our grading system, you got a bale of hay, 6 flakes in it. What would you give it?
Probably give it 4.5 to 5.
Okay, terrific.
Nice.
Well, that's a pretty good rating. Thank you so much, Celeste, for being an auditor and a listener, and thank you for also being a terrific book reviewer. You did great.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for having me, guys, and thanks for letting me have the opportunity to do it.
Okay.
Well, we thank Celeste for doing that, and also for doing the Auditor Roundtable. If you want to be an auditor, that's just a way to kind of... It's an inside circle of the Horse Radio Network. You can kind of be one of the special people. And they help support the Horse Radio Network, and have 50% of the money that we get from auditors, donations from auditors, go to the hosts, and it's divided up amongst the hosts. So Helena gets part of that. And we appreciate everybody that does it. It means that you really like what we do and you want to see us hang around. We do have advertisers, but that covers the bills, and none of us make much money doing that, and the auditor money really does help. You can become an auditor just by going to stablescoop.com and clicking on the big auditor banner in the middle of the page for as little as $1 a month. You can
Not
do that.
bad.
Yeah. I mean, $1 a month and if you enjoy the programs and you can afford a little bit extra, that's fine. If you can't, that's not a problem. You're still allowed to listen. Another way you can help that's free is go onto Facebook and post that you love the Stable Scoop Show and that it's one of your favorite things to do every week, and try and get your friends, talk about it at the barn. Just tell everybody that you know about the Stable Scoop and the Horse Radio Network, and that also helps us out greatly. We're going to speak to Viola from Aspire Equestrian in Reading, England. She was one of our past guests, and we're going to check back in with her. Hey, Viola, welcome back to the show.
Hello, it's fantastic to hear you again.
I know, and you're in England right now, right?
I am, yes.
And of course, we talked to Viola. Actually, this is October 3rd of 2008. You were in our 8th episode. We had only done 8 shows by the time we talked to you. Why you agreed to come on, I'm not quite sure, because we had no listeners. So.
And you didn't want to hear from me for another 6 years now, but that's all right.
Yeah, but we've kept in touch on Facebook. That's one nice thing about Facebook.
Yeah,
you do track each other and keep in touch on Facebook, and I know you've been doing a whole lot of stuff over there in England, and we're having this series where we're getting caught up on previous guests. So tell us, what's life like for you now?
Well, I don't think it's that much different. It was when we last spoke. It's just a little bit busier. And I guess I've built the confidence and just the knowledge to do a little bit more of what I always wanted to do. But otherwise, I'm still freelancing. I'm teaching and indulging in my geeky blog that you've probably seen as well.
Yep.
And I've been in Portugal for a year since we last spoke and did some training for myself. So, yes, a lot of exciting things happening.
What kind of
Tell
training?
us a little bit about Portugal.
Yeah.
That's
Tell us about
exciting.
that.
Yeah. Because we're all cold and wet here in the States, so we want to live vicariously through your adventures.
Well, I was in the North Portugal, which is very, very rainy, actually, so you don't have to be too jealous.
Okay.
But the summers are gorgeous, really, really sunny and warm. But I did, I'm getting really old now, so I thought I'd better go and do some training for myself. And I had the chance to go and work for a lovely place in North Portugal. And, so I did pretty much both dressage and jumping, training with some fantastic coaches and on fantastic horses. I can give you details afterwards if you want to include in the show, because we did have some American guests as well. So,
did you get to meet anybody that we would know?
Oh, I'm not sure. Although the girl who came from America, from Colorado, she is now, I think, quite a nice little junior dressage rider. So perhaps you will know. You'll come across her at some point. I will maybe leave some details later.
Okay. And what would you say was the best part of your training over there? What did you walk away with?
The jumping training.
Yeah.
I had a really, really fantastic jumping trainer. He's a Portuguese national champion. And, some people just ride really well but can't really teach very well. Well, he can both ride very well and teach very well. So I learned a lot. The jumping training. I think, although dresser training was superb as well because the horses were fantastic. But because I love my jumping, so jumping.
Were they all the Spanish horses that you were riding there?
There were Portuguese Lusitano horses.
Lusitanos, okay.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well bred.
Fantastic. The place is really high standard, high quality place. So we had some really, really good horses. Very pricey horses, but really fantastic. Very well bred, really, really well skilled. So you learn from the horse as well as from instruction.
Do you find that their personality lends them to being good instructors, or is it their physicality that makes them good horses to learn on, or a combination of both?
They're very, very sensitive. But they also have a very sort of like Labrador type personality. They really want to please you. So even if you don't get things very well, they do try to help you. And there are really unique type of horses. Now that I've spent a year with them and I rode them, I totally know what others are saying about the Iberian horses in general. They're quite different. But yes, I do think that there is a huge, there's a big element of that, of those horses' will to cooperate with the rider, and they really want to get things right. It is quite fantastic.
That sounds nice.
To be fair, though, the horses that I trained on, most of them were trained to at least Prix Saint George with elements of Grand Prix. So they are very experienced horses. So they're even more unique in that case, because in this context, because they do cope with quite a lot of variety of different riders, and not all riders there who come are that experienced. So they do have to sort of have a very good temperament.
Well, it's not too bad when you get to ride the Prix Saint George and Grand Prix horses.
It is a hard life, isn't it?
Yeah, that's never too bad. when they start doing the movements without you, that's... yeah.
Honestly, they do. You sort of sit a little bit too strong, and you have a passage that you didn't ask for, but you learn how much core to use, how much leg to use.
There's a lot of people that would like passages that they didn't ask for. I mean, there's a lot of people would love to have a horse that did that.
That's how I ride all the time. My horse does stuff. I'm like, oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Drive.
It's that replicating it thing that's a problem. that's making it happen twice. Well, now you are an instructor and trainer over there. Now, the British system, remind everybody, the British system for instruction and training works a little bit different, and a lot of our new listeners won't realize that you guys actually have a system.
We do have a system. It's called British Horse Society, and it consists of a series of exams, teaching exams and riding exams. It is, I think it develops over time, and just the whole evolution of the system is always there. There is quite a traditional system, so you will come across many people who teach differently to those who maybe started doing exams later or maybe come from different backgrounds. But generally, it's a good framework, I suppose.
Do you have to be licensed to go through the courses to be an instructor?
No, you don't. But most coaches who think seriously about it either will go competition route, so they'll try to prove themselves if they can financially afford it or are in a situation to compete. Then they'll go that way, and if they like teaching, they'll teach. But let's say if you don't have an opportunity to ride a lot and compete, then and you still want to seriously think about career in teaching, then you would go the exam route for sure. But one doesn't exclude the other, of course. So you might be doing both.
So tell us about the blog. It's aspireequestrian.wordpress.com, and you've been writing a bunch of articles. You've been doing a lot of Christmas gift ideas and all kinds of things on here. I know that's how I found you 6 years ago, was through your blog, and you obviously love to write, and you're a good writer.
Thank you.
So, you've kept this up. What's your goal with the blog? Is it just something, is an outlet for you?
Yes, it's definitely just my geeky creative side. I can indulge in that. Like, I love writing and sharing, and just the whole educational side of teaching is what I really enjoy. And blogging, I guess, it's just a extension of all that. I always wanted to reach more riders, and there's only as many riders I can teach in real life. So that's why the blogging, I guess. But the guides, that was just a little idea that I had, which sort of grown much bigger than I had initially planned. But basically, I just wanted to provide a little fun content to my readers, because I have readers from all over the world. And I just thought, what can I do to just do something fun for Christmas time? So I thought, okay, I'll just bring all the little businesses that normally don't get advertised anywhere, but I see them on Twitter, and maybe Facebook, maybe just online, and I love them. So I just, Twitter is the best. I really love Twitter. So I just spoke to a few people and just said, look, do you want to come together and send me answers to those questions? And and then it's sort of grown. So I decided to do, because I got so many things sent to me that I decided to divide it into parts and publish every week until Christmas. And I got to know some fantastic little things, some, items or services that I've never heard of. You must look up, there is this one company called Safe Horse and Rider, I think. You have a little chip in the saddle, and you have a little bracelet on your arm and on your hand. And if you get backed off in the woods, you have a little system for somebody to find you, whoever found your horse, and just loads of little things I've never heard of. And I just got to hear about it. So I hope everybody else did as well. And it's really popular, judging by my stats.
Well, I got to tell you, the one thing I'm going to make sure my wife doesn't see is you reviewed a company called Red Scarf Equestrian, and she loves she's a handbag fanatic, and she cannot see this at all. No.
How gorgeous is that red bag, though? Come on, you must show her. It's in Canada as well, so not far from you.
Yeah, but it's $1,200 for a purse.
Why can't I see this? Okay, people.
It's on. If you go to her website, aspireequestrian.wordpress.com, it's part 4, what to buy for a horse person this Christmas, part 4. And it's in there. And I was looking through it, and I was going, yeah, she would love that stuff, but I'm not buying a purse for $1,200. I don't care what anybody says.
I still can't find it.
I'll send you a link.
No, I want to see it now.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a link in Skype.
All right.
So I'll Skype it to you here.
You can't be talking about a $1,200 purse and
I just Skyped it to you.
Man.
But you have a whole bunch of stuff. We do reviews, product reviews. We have for the last 6 years. And there's stuff in here I haven't seen before. I think in Europe you get a wider variety of products than we do.
Do you think? I always look up and I think, oh, gosh, this is nice. It's in America.
Oh, my God, I need that boot bag.
Alina found it.
I need them both.
Isn't the boot bag cool?
Do not let your wife see this.
Now, why is it that it says here the boot bag's only $540?
Yeah, you see, it's not that bad.
Bill, you are the bomb. You are the bomb. Okay.
You're gonna have to post these on
Chasing
your
a Fox.
Yeah, on Chasing a Fox, because this is Chasing a Fox material here.
Yeah, I'll link them over here.
$1,200 for a purse.
Look at that thing, though. That's not
How
a
many
purse.
did you buy,
That's
Viola?
a reason for
It's
being.
not just a purse. I couldn't afford a part of it, but, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can always dream,
I
right?
know. I can't even afford the
I
tag.
could get a tag.
Yeah, the tag. That's $300.
That's really nice. Red Scarf Equestrian.
They
have a nice little website,
they have
too.
some cups, coffee cups. I could get that.
That's $200.
They have Wellington Boot Guest Soap. This is cute. This cute little site. Nice job, Viola. You pick them. You pick them. I like it.
They found me. I've been just tweeting about it and just trying to find people. And then if I see something, I just say, look, do you want to come on? And actually, the part 4 was probably the most expensive. Normally, the people I got involved, they're just small businesses. Like there's this one that does jewelry from horse hair. Really lovely company from Ireland. And this is quite affordable. But the bags, they're pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's great. If you want to check it out and see what everybody's talking about, it's Aspire, Aspire, equestrian.wordpress.com. If you search for Aspire Equestrian, you can find it that way. And we'll put links in our show notes on our Facebook page as well. Thank you so much, Viola, for stopping by again, and have a terrific holiday. And you have a Merry Christmas. I hope somebody buys you one of those bags for Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But don't look for it from us. It's
I?
not coming, okay? So
yes.
We're not sending it to you. I just wanted to let you know it's not coming from us, okay?
Okay. That's okay.
We'll see you, Viola.
Bye, Viola. It's always fun catching up with our past guests. It's good to know that Viola is doing so well. Not that I would expect her to do
She's
anything
fun.
less
I like
than
her.
well. She's super fun. I love her attitude. She's got great energy. And she knows what she's doing. That always helps.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about her training business, but she has a very successful training business over there. So
we'll have to have her back on and talk about what she's done with training business, because that has grown in leaps and bounds since we had her on last.
Right. Yep, definitely. So we'll definitely do that.
All right, coming up next, one of my favorite parts of the show, it is the Tack and Habits segment. And this Tack and Habits segment is sponsored by Riding Warehouse.
RidingWarehouse.com, your one-stop online tack shop. A huge selection of your favorite products and brands, but also including really unique and hard-to-find items like knee patch and full-seat riding jeans with cargo pockets, rigging converters, and a wide variety of bitless bridles. Listeners of the Horse Radio Network can use the coupon code RADIO for 15% off their order this month only, plus free shipping over $50 or $5 for second-day air, and a return policy like no other in the business, and that is free returns for 1 year both ways. You can find it all at ridingwarehouse.com. Give them a chance and save 15%. Use the coupon code RADIO at checkout.
Today's product is actually not just one product, but a series of products. They are signs for your home, your business, your horse farm. And it's from Easy Signs Online, easysignsonline.com. And we're going to talk with Easy Signs Online owner Wayne.
Well, we have Wayne back on with us. We talked, I think, in the last couple of years about getting a custom sign for the holidays, and EasySignsOnline.com is one of our sponsors, but they also make a terrific holiday gift. Wayne, I have you back because I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the things that came up, and I was talking to somebody who will remain nameless because she'd be mad if I mentioned her name. So she'll remain nameless, but she needs to get a sign, but she said a couple things. She said, it's probably a hassle, and, she just was whining a little bit about it. And you must run into that all the time. People think it's hard.
Yeah, the nice thing about the website, it's set up to make it as easy as possible. It's as dummy-proof as you can get as far as ordering a custom sign. All the prices, all the options are shown on the website. It takes you through a very easy step-by-step process. We do still have plenty of time for Christmas orders. If you need a sign delivered by the 25th, there's still plenty of time. Most of our signs right now are shipping within 1 to 2 weeks, so we still have over a month to play with here. So,
we like that.
And do they have to have their, let's say I want to buy Helena a sign for her farm. Do you have a name for your farm, Helena?
Hither and yon.
Hither and yon. All right, I want to buy her a sign, and, but I don't know about artwork and all that stuff. What would I do?
Well, for horse farms, we have dozens of stock graphics that you can choose from on the website if you want to put some kind of a horse graphic on there. Or a lot of people choose to send us a picture or a graphic that they have of their own horse. We can also put that on the sign and customize it even further with a picture of your own horse on there.
And do you have a logo for your farm, Helena?
No.
Of course not. You're a graphic designer. Why would a graphic designer have a logo for their own farm?
Exactly.
All right. But if she had a logo for her farm, then I could send you that and you could use that too?
Yes, we do take customer-supplied logos and graphics, and that can very easily be incorporated into the sign layout. As you go through the step-by-step process, that is one of the options you will have to choose from, is whether you want to choose a stock graphic that we offer or supply one of your own logos or graphics.
And of course, my co-host on the morning show, Jamie, moved to Phoenix and ended up shortly after she moved there getting a sign from Wayne. That was 4 or 5 years ago now, and she's had it outside, and it has not faded at all, and that's in 120-degree Phoenix heat. So these things really are durable and made to last.
Yeah, the nice thing about it is we're using PVCs and aluminum signboard materials.
Oh, jeez.
And clearly you're very busy.
Yes, clearly it's very busy there at the sign company. So they really are sturdy and durable. And, one of the cool things about buying a gift like this is every time somebody then pulls in their driveway, they're going to remember their Christmas gift.
Yeah, it's a very long-lasting gift, unlike a gift certificate to the local Ruby Tuesdays or something.
Right.
Which is over pretty quick when you cash that in. This one will last for many years, and it'll be a constant reminder of the gift as well, because you'll see it.
And they're not overly expensive. That's the other thing. People also think signs are thousands of dollars. That's not the case.
Right. We have a complete line of what we call economical outdoor signs that's very popular. Don't have quite all the options available to the New England style sign, but there are many options there. You can get a very attractive, affordable, long-term outdoor sign for not a whole lot of money. We're talking, $50 or $100. You can get a sign. So, if for those people want the ultimate in signs, the New England style signs are available, many different sizes, many different shapes. You can get smooth surface finish. You can get a carved text style sign. Still plenty of time to get that in as well. So you can get quite elaborate with the layout of the sign.
And all the way down to stall nameplates. You can get a simple stall nameplate, or you can get a memorial marker, which also is something that you might want to consider for if you've lost a horse or a pet of some kind.
Right.
The other thing I was curious about is the signs that you have. Like you can order a sign that can be affixed, let's say, to a building. It doesn't necessarily have to be the kind that stands alone on posts, right?
Correct. A lot of people get a one-sided sign and just mount it directly to a fence, to a flat wall, to a building, something like that. Yes, that can easily be done. And depending on the type of sign and size, we can obviously make recommendations as to the best way to mount that sign. But for those people that want a freestanding sign, we do offer a whole host of what we call two-post mounting systems to help hold up your sign.
That's pretty cool.
And all of that can be found at easysignsonline.com. Get your orders in. Just give Wayne a call as you hear the phone's ringing. So give Wayne a call, and he and the artist we'll get you taken care of and make sure they send out a proof so you can approve the proof before the sign gets made, and then they ship it out to you. And one other thing is that it's free shipping, right? Over $100, is it? Or
yeah, most sign orders right now over $100 is free shipping. So take advantage of that holiday promotion
And I want to point out one particular sign that's on your homepage right now that's flashing through, and it's a guy who got a sign for Christmas, and the name of his farm is the Never Ride Your Horse Ranch. So I love that one.
Isn't that you? Never ride your horse?
Yes, exactly. Never ride.
You just
your
feed
horse
them.
Ranch. You just feed them and drive them.
Then drive
Never
them.
ride
Yep.
them. But yeah, I thought that was a great name. Thank you, Wayne, for joining us. EasySignsOnline.com. So now at Thanksgiving, we talked about what we do. What about you? Do you cook, or does Buck cook, or who does the cooking?
Well, this is going to be, I'm rediscovering my cooking gene. So
Really? Your Italian roots are coming out?
Yeah, I've been making, macaroni and sauce every Sunday, like my grandmother used to do, and it's been coming out killer.
Wow.
Like,
you make your sauce too?
oh yeah,
You don't
from
do it
scratch.
like I do and buy it from the can?
No, this is
Wow.
from scratchy scratch.
Look at you.
I know, and no flashpoints. I'm not reaching
You're not burning the house down?
no, thank goodness. So, anyway, I think this is going to be a rather quiet Thanksgiving for us. Usually my sister and brother-in-law come up from New York, or we've got some neighbors or friends and cousins that come over, but it's just going to be the three of us. And Buck is going to make the turkey. Now, don't forget, he had his own restaurant at one point and was
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. And he got like these two amazing reviews from the New York Times restaurant critic.
Really?
Which was a big deal. Yeah, it was a very successful restaurant. And anyway, so he kind of knows his way around the kitchen. So he's going to handle the turkey part, and I'm going to I have a cranberry and orange relish that I make, which is stunning. It's really good. And really good for you. You know, cranberries and oranges obviously have a lot of vitamin C and antioxidants in them. So I like to mix in a little bit of healthy into our Thanksgiving. And then Grace and I are going to make an apple pie from scratch. So it's going to be, a quiet Thanksgiving on the farm.
The quiet ones are fun. You get it to go out and play with your ponies, and, you don't have all the hubbub. Sometimes that's fun. Yeah.
It is fun because our lives, for all three of us, it's just nonstop all the time. So it'll be kind of nice to sit down to dinner at a table, the three of us, with a nice fire going and the ponies happy. So I think it'll be really, really nice.
Snow on the ground.
Possibly.
You might be getting some snow on the ground. Well, cool. Very good. Well, I hope you enjoy. That's terrific. And welcome back to housewifehood. You cook, you.
I never really got to be a housewife.
Do you wear the little apron like in the 50s TV shows?
I'm gonna. I'm gone. For a lot of people, I said this to somebody recently. I said, if I had my life to do over again or something like I would be, not if I had to do it over again, but I said, I wouldn't mind just being a housewife. And I say just being a housewife. There's a lot of work that goes into that. But, I was kind of thinking old school when you are responsible for the well-being of your household, when you're the breadwinner, when you're the one that has the career and you have all the responsibility, plus the child rearing, plus, if you want to have horses, the horse care and all of that. Even if you have someone else who's contributing to the income of the household, being the head of household is extremely stressful. And so I have these fantasies of being a housewife is not stressful. So I'm like, I can play that role. I could put on an apron and some high heels and a beehive hairdo. And heck, I'd even smoke a cigarette and drink a glass of wine while I was cooking dinner.
Unless you're like my friend Carrie, who has 10 kids.
That's not that goes back to CEO. That's or chief operating officer.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a very happy holiday tomorrow. Give your horses a hug and a carrot for us. And
I will do.
Yeah, definitely do that for us. I will make sure to say hi to Scooter for everybody, too.
Kisses for Beaker, Scooter, and of course, Jen.
Scooter expects sweet treats. He's waiting for sweet treats. He loves sweets. So
Scooter deserves them.
Yeah, he right now, Scooter is standing. I can't even see him. It's raining so hard here in Florida. So thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you again, and that's it for this week.
Happy Thanksgiving. We will be back more next week. Until then, happy scooping.